Today we have a special guest, Steve. Steve is phenomenal, real adventurous, innovative kind of guy, as well as someone that's really strong on the digital marketing side of things. He's working at an agency right now, and we're going to talk a little bit about his experience and what he's done. So,
Yeah, hey
Steve,
everybody. Yeah,
yeah.
happy to be here. Thanks. Good to talk to you, Dave.
Awesome. What I did see you had a lot of positions open, and one of the things I love to talk about here on the Growth Mindset podcast is helping everybody see your leadership potential and see why this is such a great place to work.
We encourage our team, if they're UX designers or they're in the creative space, we want their input or their ideas coming into marketing, right? Or vice versa, right? Our marketing
Hmm.
team, you know, giving them feedback on design, because regardless of whether it's a good idea or bad idea or they get it or they don't, I think what that requires or what that provides is two things. One, it gives kind of a unique perspective, right? A different perspective. And sometimes we kind of fall into that. And other times, even if it's a dumb idea, I think what it requires me to do is then kind of process that instead of just kind of reacting and coming up with that idea. Process that, and I have to explain why that's a good idea, or why that's a bad idea, or why we should do it this way or that way. And so it kind of clarifies what I end up doing anyway. So I think there's so much value in everybody just kind of providing their input and their feedback in so many different ways. It's really exciting. I had some pretty bad leaders, I think, where I didn't feel comfortable. I hated going to work. I felt my work wasn't appreciated. I felt like I was, the credit was being given to somebody else, like all sorts
Mm.
of things that you kind of hear from people. And so, as I kind of went on, it made me kind of down for a while. And I think it impacted my work. And, I was in some risky positions that I put myself in. And at one point, I just got to a point where I was like, I just can't let this get to me. And, I just have to go out there and just do what I can every day and just try to do the best that I can and kind of not worry about all the outside things that are happening. And then luckily that kind of put me into a better position and gave me another opportunity to be a leader at that point. And when I got that chance again, I was like, I'm not going to blow it this time, right? I started reading a lot of books, doing a lot of research, watching a lot of YouTube videos on like what it means, how to be an effective leader. Um, and spent quite a bit of time and really kind of got into it and understood at that point all the things that I saw in bad leadership and all the things that I wasn't doing as a leader. And it was a lot of work, but I think it's paid off, and I think it makes me, I think, better at what I do now. But it has to be, I think, like I don't think you can just fall into leadership. Like I think it takes work and takes thought. I think is the most
Yeah.
important thing. You have to understand, and I think that's really what kind of drove me and got me here today.